Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, me and my team are going to make a movie review, which is Horrible Boss. My name is Muhammad Anik bin Qurul Azlan. My team is Muhammad Saif bin Julastri and Muhammad Afiq bin Muhammad Fauzi. For introduction to the movie, the title was Horrible Bosses 2. It was published on November 26, 2014, and the reviews rating based on what IMDb is 6.3 per 10. The Rotten Tomatoes is 34% per 100, and Metacritic is give them 40%. Introduction: Horrible Bosses 2 is a 2014 American black comedy film directed by Shawn Anders and written by Anders and John Morris. A sequel to 2011 Horrible Boss, the film stars Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, Jason Sudeikis, Jennifer Aniston, Jamie Foxx, Chris Pine, and Christoph Waltz. The plot follows Nick, Kurt, and Dale as they kidnap the son of a millionaire investor in order to blackmail him after he screws them over on a business deal. It was released by Warner Bros. Pictures on November 26, 2014, received mixed reviews and grossed $107 million worldwide. Issues pertaining on the movie: number one, they know they need a wealthy investor to help them produce and sell their product after attempting to publicize their new innovation and drop a racial epithet and a organistic side gag on live television. Bert Hansen, who was acted by Christopher, the smarmy CEO of a supermarket giant, agrees to fund their first 100,000 units for a cool $3 million, which they gladly embrace, only to be totally screwed when Hansen reneges on their bargain, determined to put them out of business and then buy up what remains at super low auction price. Next, with no other option, Nick, Kurt, and Dale decide to kidnap Hansen's son, Rex, and claim 500,000 ransom. Naturally, their criminal instincts are no sharper than their business sense, triggering a return visit to the CD bar, where their old friend Dean Jones advised them on how to be all disreputable and stuff.
Startup plot. Nick, Dale, and Kurt decide to start their own company, selling the Shower Buddy, a car wash-inspired shower head. They are having difficulty attracting investors until Bert Hansen and his son Rex approach them. Bert is willing to invest if they can produce 100,000 units. Number 2, using a business loan, the trio rents a warehouse, hires workers and managers to manufacture their product. On the other hand, backs out their contract at the last minute, saying that he never signed an agreement and tells them that he wants to take their inventory in foreclosure and sell it. Renamed the shower pal himself, leaving the three in 500,000 debt with their outstanding debt. They seek the assistance of Mother Lover Jones, who claims that the safest way to abduct someone they know is to hold the victim unconscious for the duration of the abduction. The three write a ransom note demanding 500,000 and then go to the office of Dale's former employer, Dr. Julia Harris, to steal a nitrous oxide tank. Kurt and Dale are nearly apprehended by members of Julia's addiction support group. While there, after they leave, Nick distracts Julia, providing the diversion that helps Dale and Kurt to flee the house. Race issue. The group visit Rex's place, but while hiding in the closet, Dale unintentionally flips on the tank, causing them to pass out. When they wake up the next morning, they discover that Rex has vanished. When they return to the factory, they discover Rex bound in the trunk of their vehicle. Rex images revealing that he discovered them hidden in his closet but wanted to stage his own abduction due to his strained relationship with his father and various personal debts. Rex sent Bert the ransom note, raising the ransom to $5 million. The three are unsure of Rex's scheme, but Rex threatens to call the cops if they abandon it. They call Bert to warn him of Rex's abduction and threaten to kill him if the police are called. However, the police, led by Detective Hatcher, later arrive at their warehouse to question Nick, Dale, and Kurt about Bert's involvement. When the cops leave, Rex sobs because he knows Bert is more concerned with his money than with his son. Now sympathetic to Rex, the trio decides to assist him in the phony kidnapping, and the four concoct a scheme to outwit the cops and collect the ransom money using untraceable phones, a basement garage to block out any tracking signal, and Kurt posing as Bert. The climax. Nick, Dale, and Kurt demand that Bert hand over the 5 million and the mobile phone in the basement shed. Bert, on the other hand, is murdered by Rex, who reveals that after witnessing his father's As the trio being beset by the police, Jones arrives having predicted they will be killed and finding the ransom money for himself. Jones tried to assist them in returning to the warehouse to prove their innocence. When the cops arrive, Jones has fled with the money and Rex is handcuffed. Until the trio is apprehended, Kurt's phone rings in Rex's pocket. The police identified the ringtone as the same one left by the kidnappers for Bert. Rex attempts to assume ownership of the phone, but when Hatcher questions why Rex did not call the police, if he had a phone, Rex kidnaps Hatcher. Dale attacks Rex, but Rex shoots him, distracting him long enough for Hatcher to apprehend and arrest him. A few days later, Dale awakens in the hospital to learn that their three were arrested, but the charges were dismissed because Dale assisted in saving Hatcher's life. He also learns that Julia assisted in making amends with Stacy despite the fact that she hints at having assaulted him during his coma and promises to love his wife as well. As a result, their company goes into foreclosure but is later bought by Haken in jail, allowing the three of them to continue working. Jones, on the other hand, invests the ransom money in Pinkberry.
Opinions and recommendation. In the movie Horrible Bosses 2, Nick, Kurt, and Dale need an investor to invest in their business. Besides searching for investor, they also could make or apply for a loan for banks. Loans are debt issued by a financial institution over a certain period of time. The sum borrowed by the borrower from the lender for a particular reason, such as a home loan, car loan, education loan, commercial loan, or industrial loan. Nick and Dale could apply for an industrial loan from the bank as their business has been operating for a while. The loan has an interest rate based on the amount borrowed. Until advancing loans, the lending agency investigate the customer credit report to determine his reputation, financial situation, and ability to pay. Nick and Dale planning on kidnapping Hansen's son for ransom is wrong and illegal. These actions are going to bring consequences. Conclusion. Dale, Kurt, and Nick decide to start their own business, but things don't go as planned because of a sleek investor prompting the trio to pull off a harebrained and misguided kidnapping scheme. As we know, kidnapping people is totally wrong in the law. Instead, the trio could have applied for an industrial loan in order to keep their business running. Moreover, the loan they apply for is a long-term loan which is suitable to maintain their business in the long run. Last but not least, I admire Nick, Kurt, and Dale's spirits to run and manage their business despite have to overcome hurdle and challenge in the process. That's all from us. Thank you.